Sit there and watch that fucking loss make this beat in like 12 minutes. We emerge from oceanic depths to be observed by those that have slept. They fear us cause they are dry and they don't know what is wet. With change they attack, when things stay the same they relax. But even still, there is always one who strays from the pack. It is within he, we instill the strength to detach. Think for himself and find a way to adapt. Awaken his dormant brain and activate his synapse. Evolve like a pyromaniac when he plays with a match. Explore new heights until its relativity shifts. Then see what else exists. To a degree, one must be capable of selfishness. And a state of mind is sedative. And let the imagination fly like when propellers twist. Under circumstances that make the sky irrelevant. Hidden away inside our vague disguise is a precipice. At first glance, you may only find what's evident. But upon further observation lies a shape beyond the skeleton. But that is vague as well. Even more so than the costume we've made our shell. We need to fine-tooth this paper trail, find the truth and break the spell. Mesmerized by disorienting lies that swirl and intertwine. With poor defenseless eyes, the sight blurs until it's blind. You try to find your way, yet you ignore so many signs. Do we go to heaven, hell, or purgatory when we die? All of the above and more, it's just the doors are in disguise. With many destinations, some may lead to more than one. You don't know shit, you flush the toilet when you're done. If you were to temper steel, what type of sword would it become? Mine would be a blade like grass receiving water in the sun, and that it would live and breathe. Like the ones you see the soul reapers with on bleach. It grows when it is released, and power and in form. Both of them increase like the mind when I sleep. Lucid, conscious in a dream. I remove illusions like cobwebs with my fingers. Brush them shits aside, for it is I who gets the justice. Quick decide what gets defined by life's construction with my eyes. Transform like a sandstorm from wind to cloud. This will make sense once you've experienced both then and now. Until then, it will mean nothing like empty vows. When I was a child, I was asked, why can't you simply smile? I replied, my happiness is not yours to decide, it's mine. My smile's inside, where it is not to be seen by prying eyes. I don't follow the guidelines you idolize. I color outside the lines, bound only by my mind. It is a responsibility to allow for all possibilities. This is a value far beyond infinity. I am a black hole drowning all in my inquisiting. My surroundings flock and spiral into me. Knowledge spins around a composite cyclonic entity. Wisdom abounds and follows its conductivity. But space behaves in ways of symbiotic energy. Opposing forces perform a psychotic symphony. Therefore, war will always contradict the peace. That's why I fight, and that's also why I'll never find serenity. On earth at night, I search the sky for my identity. Where am I from? Why does a lion mystery? Not knowing where I belong hurts unlike anything. The pain it provides is so strong, you die of empathy. But I go on like the eye of storms to do much more. I approach darkness and walk right through its front door. Like the purifier on crematoria, but what for? He moved towards the sun and was reduced to dust for it. Determination. It's triumph's fertilization. The school of life doesn't require certification. I observe mistakes and interpret pertinent information, and learn like Doug Cypher Ramsey served any language. But what does it matter? Perhaps it's a waste of time to collect data. There's too much to gather. Perhaps what I seek is too high to climb for a step ladder. Or perhaps not, I tend to accept the latter. I play the cards I'm dealt, but I also play cards by myself. Even as I move through the world, I'm off somewhere else, orbiting distant stars with alternate gravitational belts. Despite without within, I stay to myself. I applaud the advocation of hell, but religion is ignoration of self, so that shit can stay on the shelf. For how can the right path be away from yourself? That's counterintuitive. You see the present, I see what the future is. I face pressure, but think several moves ahead and roll with the punches like a paraplegic pugilist. I would not willingly receive foolishness. I refuse it and respond as a eulogist. To anybody popping that stupid shit, I got a coffin that you can get. And it doesn't matter what size that you should get. I'll treat you like a sample and chop you so you can fit. I despise who blindly subscribes to lies and contrived truth and tries to force the delusions upon you. I hate religion and the bullshit it's tied to. Hypocrites trying to pull the wool in your eyes view, but a lot of times it's when you're not looking you find jewels. It's difficult to watch people stuck in the time loop, but it's up to them to find a hole in the loop and climb through. When you never surrender, you can do what you put your mind to. So be persistent and make use of the upper spine's rule. A creature with the mind is meant to think by design. When diagnosed in the shade, the source of pain seems to shine, which makes it simple to identify. Focus is determined at the discretion of whoever blinks the eyes.